We are here today to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I'm sure it's going to be really quick because not a lot happened. They were so annoying. But when are they not annoying? If you have not already, like, comment, and subscribe. If you have not subscribed already, why not? Come on. All right, let's get started. All right, guys, we are starting off with Garcelle and her sister. And Garcelle is buying a beach home, and good for her. She is very proud of herself, and I am proud of her too. That is very good. She is going off on a tangent about how, she didn't grow up knowing people with two homes and everything. And I mean, I'm sure a lot of us didn't. It's her story. I'm gonna let her have it, but you guys, I just can't stand the way black people always have to tell a super sad story in the beginning of how they made it. And I know that might be wrong, or not even how they made it, but how they struggled so hard before. I feel like, okay, black people, we get it. And not all black people struggled and all that. But I mean, I just hate for it to always be a super sob story for black people all of the time. Not sure if anybody out there is going to understand what I'm saying, or if I'm going to come out sounding like an asshole or just super insensitive. Made up my own word. Um, Super insensitive, and that's not what I'm trying to be. I mean, and I'm not taking anything away from her buying a second home. That's amazing. I would feel the same way if I was able to buy a second home or a beach home or whatever. But what I wouldn't do is be like, oh my god, this young girl from London townhouses, like, oh my god, I am finally able to, like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not. You think that shit in your head, that's fine. You can be like, oh my god, I went from eating sugar sandwiches, syrup sandwiches, whatever it is. But you ain't gotta always broadcast it to the world all the time. Like, why are we always so woe is me, like, all the time? Sick of it. I'm sick of it. Again, I may come off sounding like an asshole, but I mean, some people, excuse me, might get me. Some people might not. Garcelle said, she just wants a place for her kids to be able to go and have something. And yeah, all of that is awesome. I will give her that. I swear to God, I'm not taking away from anything that she's doing. I think it's awesome. Good for her. Yeah, and her sister told her, listen, I'm proud of you, and gave her a little hug. So good for you, Garcelle. Okay, guys, and then it looks like we have a scene with Dorit, and I think she's seen a psychologist or therapist, something like, and she's telling her to say the words, I'm not safe. And listen, I fast forward, like, I can't. And I will say this though, if Dorita's lying, she's a great actress because she is really putting the tears on. I'm over it. I mean, I hate that it happened to her. Real or not real, hate that it happened. If it's not real, can y'all imagine? Because those were little black boys. Those were little brown boys that broke into that house. You could tell on the camera. And can you imagine her going to ask and pay some little brothers to play like they're breaking into her home? I mean, think about that, honestly. Mm-mm. Anyway, I fast forward to Kyle and Crystal sitting down for a lunch or something where Kyle is going to proceed to gaslight the shit out of Crystal and then tell her that she's a gaslighter. Okay, so they start, of course, talking about the conversation, and Kyle is like, listen, you were saying that she really said something dark and something awful, and then you wouldn't repeat what it was. You won't say what it is. So that leaves it open for interpretation. Okay, I get that. And Crystal's just like, I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not going to repeat it. And Kyle is like, that is just really dangerous. They are putting 20 on 10. Shout out to Rox. And yes, I know she didn't make up the saying, but she says it all the time. So shout out to Rox. But yeah, like, who cares at this point? Like, either you know Sutton and you think she's a racist for real, or you know Sutton and you don't think she's a racist. Who gives a shit what she said? And if you think it's something that was said when you were in the conversation with them, Kyle, who keeps saying I was there, she didn't say anything, I was there, then okay, just say she ain't say nothing. Why do you keep asking her what she said if you already know that she didn't say anything? Like, this is just not making sense to me, that the fact that we have it on tape, of course they could have edited some things out, but I feel like they wouldn't have. If she said something that was truly salacious or whatever, do y'all really think they would have edited it out? I don't think so. Um, I'm just really irritated why this has become such a big deal. And she's telling her, oh, you not telling us what happened. That's dangerous. Come on, these words that they're using. So she can't use dark, but Kyle can use dangerous because she's not telling what happened. And then, flip side, and I'm gonna tell y'all before I keep talking because I'm gonna be flip flopping this entire review because I think all of them are crazy. Like the whole thing just sounds stupid to me. I see Crystal. Well, I can't see. I see Crystal's side. I don't see anybody's side to tell you the truth, but I don't know. I just feel like it's all stupid. And why do we care this much? Like, honestly. But yeah, I feel like Kyle is trying to gaslight the crap out of her. Oh, that's very dangerous that you won't tell anything and you shouldn't have brought it up then. Don't say anything if you're not going to actually say anything. She could say whatever she want to say and she can not say whatever she don't want to say. And again, with Kyle, I'm really irritated because she just keeps reiterating the fact that she was there. I was there. I was there. Then why do you keep asking her what she said? All right, let's move on. Can somebody please correct me if I'm wrong because I very well may be wrong. Um they keep talking about the fact that, Sutton said she don't see color. Didn't what's the old Hilton name? Kyle's sister, the one that was on there that everybody thought was just so funny, Kathy Hilton. Didn't she say the exact same thing at the table last season when she was talking about being at all these different parties with black people and everything? I don't feel like I'm crazy, and I feel like she said it too. And so for us to really focus on the fact that Sutton said it, listen, they ain't got shit to talk about. Nothing. Yeah, so let's wrap up this conversation because Kyle proceeds to tell her that it's dangerous and she's gaslighting the situation. And I'm just like, what? But Crystal, says, give me the benefit of the doubt. Kyle is like, well, if I give you the benefit of the doubt, can you just be more open to, situations and everyone's feelings? And she's like, yeah, but, can you, be sensitive to my feelings as well? And Kyle's like, yeah. I feel like Crystal is definitely coming off as a pick me, and she wants to be friends so very badly that she is cowering to them. Now, is what she's saying making sense? No, it's not. And I don't even think she knows what she feels like Sutton said that was so dark. At this point, I feel like she just threw some shit out there at the wall. And I don't feel like she was purposely throwing Sutton under the bus, but she was just trying to get out of some stuff and, justify and make herself look good. But yeah, I just feel like she is grasping at straws and trying very, very hard to be friends with these girls. And I don't know why. Ma'am, if they don't like you, they don't like you. And from this episode, the way everybody was attacking her, I feel like they just don't like her. So Crystal can go. She's not bringing anything. But Kyle can also go because I ain't gonna talk about who I can go, you guys, because I don't like anybody on on this show. Oh wait, speaking of not liking people on shows, I did not even attempt to do Dubai because I don't know how many of them are very likable. I know the one that looks like the model, the supermodel. I can't even remember her name. Iman. She's not likable at all. Like I don't like her, and I know everybody's like, oh my god, she's the breakout star. I don't care for her. And the show is just boring to me. Like I struggled to make it through the first episode, and I couldn't. I struggled to make it through the second. I really, really tried with the second one. I was like, listen, everybody's reviewing this and people like it. I couldn't do it. And then I'm gonna tell you, I saw James Caldwell, Spill It Boy TV, and he just made so much sense where he said that he tried as well and he couldn't make it through the episodes and he didn't feel like they were likable either, so he will not review it because he don't want to just sit up and complain about everybody on the show or whatever. And I feel like that's what I would do if I reviewed it as well. So yeah, can't do it. And I'm also starting to feel like That's what's going on here, even though I just picked it up. But I see myself complaining about pretty much everybody on this show. So we'll see what happens. Y'all, then we're back at Kyle's house. Like, we can't get enough of Kyle, honestly. Did y'all see the way she walked to the door to open the door for Diana? Did y'all see the way Kyle walks? Like, she walked like a hillbilly. It's just not cute. I don't know if she was doing it because she had on just little boots or whatever and no heels, but it looked terrible. Yeah, so Diana comes in with this North Face flowery outfit on. Just because something is name brand does not make it cute. I don't hate it, but I don't really like it. Kyle is disgusting because her dogs be all over her food and everything. So now you guys know, don't ever, if you ever get invited to Kyle's house, do not eat the food because she's nasty. I'm sorry, she's nasty. She leave her food all around for the dogs and it's disgusting. But she closes the door this time after his nose and everything was already in the charcuterie board. So a little too late. Sorry, I don't want any cheese. Thank you, Kyle. Nasty ass. Girl, oh, I'm saying girl. Listen, all she's talking about is Paris's wedding. Oh my God, first it was, oh my God, I gotta get ready for Paris's wedding. Look at the invitation. Look at Paris's wedding. It's a 3-day event. Calm down. Calm down. And then now she went to the wedding. And apparently, where she's supposed to say I do, Paris said yes. And it was just so funny. It's just so funny that Paris was talking like Paris and she actually didn't even say what she was supposed to say. Um, yeah. Okay, let's move on. See, I told you I'm so irritated by these people. All right, so then they sit down. Apparently, Kyle's daughter Farah is now engaged, and Diana starts telling a story about, she has her baby and she would like to have more babies because she lost a baby. And I don't really want to talk about it, you guys, because it's just a little touchy situation for me and subject. So I'm just gonna move past it. It's unfortunate what happened, but she would like to have more babies, and I think it's crazy because she has, what does she have, like a 20-year-old and she has older kids, and then she started over from like one or something like that. Is bananas. I could not imagine. I swear to God, I cannot imagine. But yeah, so sad for her, but let's move on. Y'all, so Garcelle shows up to meet Sutton, I guess, for dinner. And listen, let me just fan out for a second, even though I'm not a super fan or anything. But what she had on, first of all, love the last name, Bouvet. Like, I want to go somewhere and just be like, Bouvet. I don't even care if I'm ordering my tacos for lunch or whatever, and they be like, name, Bouvet. I would love that crap. Is that her real last name? Anyway, um, so what she has on, super cute. Looks like a Shein shirt because it's all puffy and everything. Y'all know how Shein has those puffy shirts. Don't lie, I have some for work, so quit playing. But it's really cute. And she had on this big Gucci belt. She had her hair back into a slick ponytail. Listen, Garcelle was giving in this moment. I ain't mad at her. You guys, now the first time I watched this, I didn't understand what the heck Sutton was doing. But she ordered a Kettle One vodka with grape juice on the side that she wanted to mix herself, and made so much sense. You make it as strong or as weak as you want, like, made so much sense. I like that. I happen to like that idea. All right. That was a bunch of nothing, but I'm just saying. All right, you guys. So, of course, they're talking about the situation, and then we get the strangest flashback of Sutton. I'm sorry about the bag, you guys. Sutton said that the kids were in a pool, and she's like, "Look at my white kids with these little black girls, and a Chinese girl, and a redhead. What did she call it? She redhead something." And um, what's her name? Crystal was just like, you got to do more than that. You got to go further. You got to give more. That's just not enough anymore. What the fuck is she talking about? What do you mean go further? What do you mean do more? What do you mean? I mean, does she just mean, okay, that's not a big deal, that, they're with black people or whatever, you have to do more for brown people? And like, to show that you're not racist, I don't understand what Crystal is after. I really don't. Like, it just kind of makes no sense, the whole thing to me. So, it's all so stupid, y'all. So it's so funny because after she tells the story, Garcella's like, okay, and what'd you say? She's like, I just told you what I said. That's it. And she's like, okay, so what is she talking about? I don't know what she's talking about. And Garcella's like, am I missing something? Like, that can't be it. And she told her, watch your back, because if she can, put these allegations out against you and she calls herself your friend, that's not good. And Sutton is like, I know, and it's scary. Why is it so scary? Why can't you, Sutton, then just call Crystal and say, hey, refresh my memory? She could tell you if you're the one that said it, and she apparently don't want to put you out there because it's so bad that she don't want people to think a certain way about you, even though she already has them thinking a certain way about you because she's not saying it. Why can't you just call her and say, refresh my memory of what I said that was so bad? Like, because I'm lost. And if she can't tell you, then she's definitely pulling it out of her ass. So all of this could be settled with one phone call, you guys. One phone call. All right, you guys. I'm just gonna wrap it up because a bunch of nothing. All the same old is happening. We get there on the way. They're talking about how Dorit's in her car speaking Spanish, and Sutton is like, yeah, but when you speak Spanish and they speak English back, it's not so great. Then we get Rena, and unfortunately her mom passed, and yeah, a lot of heavy stuff in this episode. So I'm just gonna whiz past it. They end up going to dinner or something. They're all at the table, and no, you know what? Let me go to that part at least. I'm gonna try to give a little bit of play by play because I remember screaming something at Erica when she said something when I was just, oh no, she was questioning Sutton when, okay, so what did you say? What did this and that or whatever? And I'm like, don't ask her any questions, Erica. You can't stand her. Sutton, don't answer her. Don't answer Erica, because why are you talking to her? Why are you talking to me, Erica? You don't get to question me about anything. So yeah, I was irritated with that. But they were basically just kind of going back and forth. And then Sutton, they ended up really, really, really convincing Sutton. No, I'm gonna go to it. All right, so sitting at the table, Rena asked, listen, I've been gone a week. What's happened? And I'm like, dang, it's only a week after your mom died and you're on vacation. I guess. But everybody's looking crazy or whatever. So Sutton is like, listen, they had a conversation without me. And she just ends up telling a story about how she just doesn't want to be things to be put out, untruths about her and everything. And the whole time Crystal was just staring at her and shaking her head, yeah, but she ain't saying nothing. And they could actually dead it right here too, because Sutton could clearly just tell her, listen, I give you permission to say whatever it is that I said. Like, yo, tell the table what I said and let everybody else, make their judgments on whether or not it was so dark or not. So she's going into how her and her family just, they're just positive and they work off of love, and she's hoping everybody knows that. And the whole time she's looking at Crystal, Crystal is not trying to argue with any of these ladies because she wants to be friends so badly. Like, she wants to be friends so bad with everybody, just everybody. So it's just an awkward conversation. Yeah, so Crystal starts speaking, and Sutton is kind of asking her why she brought it up, and Dorit is putting her 2 cents in, like, you said it was something very heavy and something very bad and something very awful and very dark. And she's like, words are like a war shack. And Garcelle is like, a what? She's like, a war shack. And then uh what's her name? Erica is like, a blot test. And then Crystal just stops speaking, and she's just like, I know, these are big words. Bitch, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? And Garcelle was like, we understand big words. And I'm like, sis, you didn't know that word. So you probably should have just, but I mean, I understand. She wasn't going to let her get that off. And I'm with you, Garcelle, on that one, because who is she talking to? Girl, Crystal, bye bye. Crystal can go because honestly, let's just go over the scene, y'all. Let's go over the scene. You guys, so Diana tried. Oh, excuse me, you guys. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of eating and drinking at the same time. So, and I'm not going to edit. So, sorry about that. But Diana is trying to shoot her some bail. And she's like, well, you're the youngest in the group. And Dorit, yeah, but 38 is not a baby. And she's like, yo, but you know more at 48 than you do at 38. And Rena's like, yeah, and 58. I'm like, you're old ass. But I'm just kidding. There's nothing wrong with being 58, guys. It's a blessing. Um, but yeah, and then it was just hard to make out Diana. She was saying something about she was a bigger fox at like and growing a tail. And then it's funny because sometimes they give her subtitles and sometimes they don't. And I kind of need them all the time because I don't know what she's saying. But I do know she was trying to shoot her some bail at that time, and Dorit would not allow it. So Sutton says, listen, I'm coming from a place of love, all of that stuff aside or whatever. And she says, she says to Crystal, I feel like you have tried to assassinate my character twice now, and it makes me just kind of leery of our friendship. Very well said, Sutton. Just say, tell us what I said, girl. But very well said. And as she's saying that, Erica is like, oh my God, oh my God. This is what I was saying last year. She's trying to say that Sutton was trying to assassinate her character, and I'm like, no, she wasn't. And Garcelle said it best. She was like, no, she wasn't trying to assassinate your character. The whole world was. I can't remember if she said that in confessional or if she said that to her. But I do know that Garcelle was sticking up for her. Garcelle goes to bat for Sutton. She really does. But she was just like, listen, everybody was talking about your character. That had nothing to do with it. Sutton was just trying to make sure that we were all okay. That had nothing to do with her. Like she wasn't just coming at you. So again, I agree with Garcelle. I agree with Garcelle a lot on this episode, even though y'all know I don't all the time. But yeah, I just hate when Erica speaks. I do. I hate when she speak. I hate when she speak to or about Sutton because you don't care about this girl that much. Why are you still going on and on about her? Listen, y'all don't like each other. Y'all not going to get along. Don't talk to her. Don't look at her. Just be cordial and leave it at that. Erica irritates my soul. So Crystal says some shit about moving on or whatever, and Kyle is like, but you can't try to assassinate people's character, and you can't say that it's so bad that she would be canceled, and it's so bad, and you were crying and everything. Did all that happen? Do I need to go back and watch the episode of when she said it was dark? Because I don't recall her like really crying and all that, saying, oh my God, when she said she could be canceled. Did they cut that out or whatever? Or is she over exaggerating? I don't remember it being that deep. I don't remember her being like, oh my gosh, she's going to be canceled. And it was just so bad. I remember her saying something like, it's not non forgivable. Like, I forgave her for it. It wasn't that bad to the point that I couldn't forgive her. So, y'all, these ladies, I swear to God. You know what? So I hate to really, really agree with Erica on something, but when she stopped and asked Sutton, listen, what do you think she's accusing you of? What do you think is going on here for real? And she's like, I don't want to hear from nobody else, just you. Like, what do you think's going on? And Sutton is like dancing around it, like, I just don't want her to attack my personal character. And then Erica's like, no, you don't want her to put it out there and make it seem like you're a racist. Say it, Sutton. That is what she's doing. So just say it. Like, these women just won't come out and say exactly what it is. This shit could just be done in 2 seconds flat. But of course, then there will be no storyline, nothing to talk about, nothing to argue about. But yeah, get it out there. And I wasn't mad that Erica said that because that's exactly what's happening. The whole thing of race and racism and is she racist came up. And I don't think she's racist. Like, Garcella's her really good friend, but I mean, that don't mean nothing. But I don't think Sutton is racist. And I feel like if these girls know her and you've been knowing her for a few years now and you don't think she's racist, let it rest. Like, why are we still going on with, what did she say? But what did she say? Yo, let it go. So once again, I gotta agree with Erica. She said when you don't fill in the blanks, people are going to fill it in for you. And then Dorit's dumbass gonna say, "Oh, I don't think it's about that. I think it's about the insinuation. The insinuation is that she is a racist. So what are you talking about, Dorit? Shut up." And that's what Erica said too. Erica was like, "It's about her being a racist." And I feel like, yeah, Crystal, that's what all of this is about. So even if you don't want to say what she said, say, you know what, I don't think she's a racist. At this point, we talked it out or whatever. And even though she said she don't see color, I know I got to know her. We had conversations. I'm her friend now. I don't think she's a racist. Just say it. But I also feel like they are just going too far with it. Rena's like, oh my God, it's already bad. It's so bad for you. Talking to Sutton, why is it so bad for her? Like they were honestly, to me, they were gaslighting the crap out of a Sutton, and it worked. They actually got through to her and pissed her off to where she just starts going in, and I get it. Like I ain't mad at her for going in, and Crystal just took it. She's like, "Yeah, okay, okay." And I mean, Sutton was just like, "Listen." Like Sutton went in, and I'm not like I'm so proud of her because y'all know Sutton usually don't, really defend herself that well. But she did, and good for her because Crystal, what are you talking about? And again, she could just dead all of this with just saying a couple of words. If you don't want to say what she said, say I don't think she's racist though. We're cool now. I mean, the whole thing is just it's going on too long, and hopefully they can just patch it up in the next episode because I'm over it. Like there's nothing else to talk about here. Yeah, so apparently someone has gotten to Sutton and told her that, some of Crystal's friends, she will do whatever to be the second person to the top girl on, whoever's on top, and she will talk about you, she will throw anybody under the bus, she'll do whatever. And it's so funny because this time around I listened to Diana because she was talking at the same time. And Diana was like, this conversation is boring. We just keep going on. And I'm just like, girl, I'm with you. Like, I understood that. And I'm with her. So then we have Rena saying the same thing. She was warned by some of Crystal's friends as well. And Crystal is just sitting there with nothing to say. So again, I'm going to be done, but I just hope that they wrap it up in the next episode and this is just done because it's not a good storyline. Like, it's not juicy. It's not nothing. It's nothing. So, why are we talking about this for so long? But if you are still here, oh my God, I don't know why, but thank you. You are the real MVP. And if you have not already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this storyline. Tell me what you think about Sutton. Do you think she's a racist? Do you think Crystal is right? Are you confused like I am in terms of what is happening here and why have we not wrapped it up with one phone call or one, permission to tell everyone? Um, Excuse me, guys. Tell me what it is you guys think about this whole thing because I really am confused by it because it's so stupid that I just don't understand why we're still talking about it. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you have not already, like, comment, and subscribe. Smooches. Bye, guys.